some of the people that have really inspired me, one is Randy McGinn, one of our early guests, but her book and then talking to her is just absolutely inspirational, and just how deep, she's a former journalist, how deep she digs into the story and making the case about the company and the company's bad choices and the company's bad conduct, and actually discovering all that evidence. It's just absolutely inspiring me. Jude Basil's another one. I mean, he's a guy that literally only does 3 or 4 cases at a time and works his butt on them and gets these incredible results. Now, I don't have the courage Jude has to only have 4 cases. I also, I guess I'm kind of in the middle. I like having all these other people around me. I like having my firm. Gives me people to hang out with and talk to and bounce ideas off of, and I don't think I'd want to lose that. But it just inspires me every time I talk to them and see all the work they did. For Jude to get an incredible recovery on a case, with someone who's an addict at an addiction treatment center. A lot of lawyers would say, hey, that guy's an addict. What's the value of the life? What are they going to do? What are they going to make? Whereas Jude was able to find value in that case. How about you? What's some of the things you've been inspired by as far as the doing the work, the digging deep?
One of the podcasts that was really inspirational, I really enjoyed Randy McGinn, of course, and I enjoyed her book a lot. So one of the things that I've been inspired by through some of the podcasts is that some of the podcast guests, like Michael Leaserman and Sari De La Motte, Jesse Wilson, all of those inspire you to do the work on yourself as well as on the cases, which is something that I have not done as much in the past. But it's not just the work on the cases, it's the internal work that you have to do to really, really get into the case and to do right for your client.
I agree. I think the other thing that I really, and it's something that I've slipped at a little bit recently, and it's more from Leaserman than anyone else. It's the zen of it, the accepting the way things are. And one thing that I think we all make a mistake at is we become reactive. We react to the crappy things that the other side does, and we let it get to us, and we focus our efforts. We take our energy away from building the case we need to build and into reacting to them, being outraged by them, being upset by them, filing motions about what they're doing, responding to their BS motions, and then it's zapping your energy away from doing what we need to do. I need to work. One of my resolutions for 2020 is going to be to get back into my meditation practice and just, okay, they're doing that. That's fine. I'm going to go and keep working on my case, and I'm going to win it. And so they can waste all the time they want with that BS. I'm going to work on my case, and I'm going to try my case, and they can do whatever they want with their case because my case is the truth.
And when you focus more on your case and not what the defense is doing, the case gets better and better, and you find more and more stuff.
And it drives them nuts. It drives them absolutely nuts when they pull all their BS to distract you, and you don't get distracted by it. And you say, "Okay, go ahead."
Yeah, it's much easier said than done. It's something that I think takes a really active approach to ignoring them. I mean, it's not just you can just ignore them. You have to really actively concentrate on, this is my case. This is what my focus is. I've written out what my plan is for the case. That's what I'm doing. I don't care what they're doing.
Exactly. And the other thing, though, while we don't want to react to them, there's one quote from our second guest, Joe Freed, that I love. I absolutely love. And it kind of goes into that Zen thing of not having to fight back on everything, but kind of like, how can I use what they're doing? And that is, how can they be right and we still win? I love that quote. Like, how can the defense be telling the truth, but we still win? So we don't have to fight them on anything. We go, yeah, that's fine. But you're still negligent. My client's still hurt. And I think that's just such a powerful construct to sit back instead of like, how dare they say that, and getting all upset. Like, take a second back. Okay, is there a way that can be right and we can still win, so we don't have to fight? We don't have to worry about it. Rodney Jew says I spit on that. That's another way to put it. But I think a lot of times, let's say you have a back injury case, and the defense says, well, they have degeneration, and we can either go and fight about it, or we can say, okay, did they have pain? Did they have symptoms? Did they need surgery? Did they need pain medication? Were they able to do their job? Did it affect their life? Okay, well, so what? In our case, where a vehicle was parked, partially on the shoulder, partially blocking the highway. I mean, luckily we had a passenger, but the driver wasn't paying attention. Okay, that's true. still shouldn't block the road. You're still negligent. What does that have to do with it? Yeah, that driver's going to get a percentage, but denying the reality of that doesn't help. So don't get upset about it. Don't fight it. Say, yeah, you're right. Now let's go back to what you did wrong.
Yeah, I think that's really, really powerful. I think it works in both the liability area and the damages area. I mean, that you look at it and you accept what the facts are and you figure out, okay, these are my facts. What do we do with them, and how do we still make a case out of it? Because you don't get to go around and hurt people that are already sick or already injured. I mean, that's not the way that the law works, but that's the way that the defense wants you to think that the law works, that we could just hurt people if they're already injured or they're already hurt.
If they make any mistake at all, if they're at all, not 100% ultra virtuous and mistake free and ultra cautious, holding the injured to a much higher standard than the wrongdoers that cause harm. And it's ridiculous, and we just have to not buy into it and just say, okay, you got a point. Good for you. Now let's go on and talk about what really happened. Or that's not right. Let's go on and talk about the truth of the case, which is, what your client did and the harm that it caused.